Hey everybody, welcome to Lord Duncan's Rock and World. Today we're going to have story time, one person at a time. And it looks like my first guest is the one and only out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Patrick Harmsy Harms. Give a round of applause for.
Hi, nice intro. Love the Wheel of Fortune. Price is Right.
All right. I thought you'd like that. So what's new there, Harmsy? What's shaking?
Just pumped up for Wednesday. Can't come fast enough.
Looks like you're sporting a basketball jersey. What you got there?
What's that?
Looks like you're sporting a basketball jersey. What do you got? Oh, Iowa. Okay.
An old
Hawkeye basketball.
Just settles.
Just kidding. I'm sure they beat the Gophers all the time anyway.
The Gophers aren't even a real team.
Well, they're pretty good until they play Ohio State and Iowa.
Yeah, well, that's and the only time they can beat Iowa is off the worst call I've ever seen in sports history.
That was a bad call. However, up to that point, they really deserved to win, though. So either way.
Yeah.
So what you got shaking? What's new? Any new stories you thought of this past week?
I'm kind of boring. I'm sure. I'm
sure
people have some stories. What's that?
You got something you can pull out of your ass from your concert days, I would think, right? Something kind of funny.
It's all stuff I'm worried about saying and getting back to other people.
Oh, well, tell them it's for the sake of my show, and so their sacrifices everyone else gain.
So I can tell a fun story about Seven Dust.
Okay. Yeah, so, I don't even own a single CD there, so I could care less.
They're like the coolest dudes on the face of the planet. So we had a show with them, and at the time, I drove a Jeep Liberty, and all the musicians, they like going. A lot of them like going to find a place to work out. So I had something set up with this place. With a gym, I said, hey, I'll bring these guys in, I'll get you, free tickets to the show, if they can come in and work out. That's just less money that I have to spend. So at this place, not far from where I live right now, where I'd always take them, and there's a big 4-way stop, 2 major highways. In the corner, one of the corners was Best Buy. So we're going, and we're in the lane to go straight, and next to me is a car that pulls up. They had their windows down, some metal heads, and they had Seven Dust blaring. Little did they know that I had 4 of the members in the vehicle right next to me. So, we have the windows down. They had their windows down, and I'm just kind of ignoring it because, I'm focused on the light and other cars. And all of a sudden, I don't remember what song it was or what part of it was, but the part, Lejean, the lead singer, sitting in my front seat, just leans over me and just starts singing that part of the song. The light turns green for them to go, the left turn signal, and they look and they just see all the guys out my window waving as they're driving off. Just like, it just always, I wish I knew who they were, and so I could find out what was going through their head that time when they had Seven Dust blaring, and then all of a sudden the car next to them has 4 of the band members in it.
And they probably thought they were like, damn, dude, what's in this stuff that we just smoked?
I mean, yeah, that's actually, because you could tell they were, like I said, there was smoke coming out of the car. And so I kind of assumed they were going to the show, and I was looking for them because I was like, hey, you got to meet the guys, because that was awesome.
Right. That's very cool.
So I just really wish I could have, hear what was going through their head. Like, again, like you said, man, this is some good stuff.
I remember I pulled up to a light in Denver down in the warehouse district, where they put Coors Field. It used to be the super scary part of town, and then it became Richville, Lodo, with all the businesses and shit. And in fact, at one point before the stadium went up, homeless people were turning up headless, to drive down the value of the property so that somebody could really rake in at one point. But at the stoplight, here comes this chick with poofy blonde hair in a Corvette, a convertible Corvette, like 80s model, you know, the little T-top. And I look over to my old lady. I'm like, holy shit, that looks like fucking Nina Blackwood. And we start fucking laughing, you know. We kind of started laughing at her, thinking, oh, you look like Nina Blackwood, you dumbass. And then, like, turns out the next day, we found out she was in town and she actually had a full-time gig working at one of the radios at the classic rock radio station in town. So it actually was her that we laughed at and pointed and laughed at her. Sorry, Nina Blackwood. She was a DJ, an old VJ from.
Yeah, that's how I knew that name. Yeah.
So twice I've made fun of a rock star right to their face. But, well, she wasn't a rock star, but you know what I mean. A celebrity, whatever.
Yeah, I told you my Sherry Moon zombie story, right?
Yeah, kind of. But what you tell it again, in case anybody hasn't seen your episode, I'd like to hear it again. Yeah, that's the episode. Right there. I showed a picture of Rob Zombie flipping you off, saying, "I like my movies."
Yeah, so I like Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses. I was not a fan of anything else he's done, and I thought like his versions of Halloween were absolutely horrible. So, anyways, it was at a music festival. It was in Des Moines, actually, and I was backstage, and you know, Rob Zombie was playing the show. Alice Cooper was playing it as well. It was funny. They were taking him off stage and on a gurney and an oxygen. And I was all like, "What's wrong? Like, is he okay?" They're like, "No, that's just how he comes out. That's how he leaves the stage for every show because he's old and you know he needs the oxygen."
Well, half the time he fakes his own death anyway.
Yeah, so I had been drinking, and there was, you know, I mean, I don't remember who headlined it, but there's just so many different musicians, and I ran into Rob Zombie. And so I'm talking to him, and there were two other guys. We were talking and, you know, shooting the shit with him. You know, he's a pretty cool guy. And here, of course, you know, I've had some alcohol, and somehow I decided it was necessary to bring up his movies. And I said, wow, you know, I'm going to be honest, your movies would be a lot better if your wife wasn't in them. And I kind of laughed. And I'm like looking around because I'm expecting.
Obviously, you're saying it right to him. So you meant it as a joke, I assume, right?
Well, I played it off as a joke. I was serious, but and then I look and I'm like looking for like people's like who else, you know, who's giggling about it. And I just heard and I look and I see a woman, and it was Sherry Moon Zombie. No idea she was right there the whole time. And I just basically said, yeah, your movie sucked because of her.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it was.
I think she's great.
Yeah, she.
I like the third one too. The Three from Hell, the third one from that series. I thought that was good too.
You know, I'll give her credit for House of Thousand Corpses. I thought, and Devil's Rejects. Three from Hell was okay. It wasn't as good as the first two, but I'll give her credit for those. But it's just like she doesn't need to be in every single one of his movies. It's like there was one I saw. It was a meme of Jaws. And it just said Rob Zombie presents Jaws, and instead of a shark, it's Sherry Moon Zombie as a shark.
Oh, did he actually do a remake already of that, or was it?
No, it was making.
Oh, okay. Because he does like to redo 70s shit. What did you think of his? Was she in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake he made as well?
He didn't do Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Are you sure?
He only did Halloween.
Okay. Well, that remake.
Well, the Munsters, and that was horrible.
The remake they did with frickin' Justin Timberlake's wife.
Yeah, I thought that one was pretty good.
Oh my god, she was hot as fuck in that little white tank top. Holy shit! Wow.
Back to when you were talking about Denver by Coors Field. I know there's a venue right by there that we've gone through. I've been through a few times. Marquis Theater.
Yeah. My band played there. We opened up for the Dayglow Abortions out of Canada once, and we also opened up there for Jason Moret, the guy from Agnostic Front. Yeah,
just a small, awesome little place, and I'm pretty sure that's the place that's got the pizza joint in with it.
Yeah. It's a fucking good pizza too.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but I just remember
that's the Marquis Theater.
Yeah.
I remember we only sold like 50 tickets, and our beer tab was like $70. And they're like, well, we're not paying you nothing, and you owe us $70.
Oh, well.
So we essentially paid to play there, but well, we had a good time. What the hell?
Well, that's how a lot of bands do it. So,
Oh yeah,
they do it, it's just all about the fun. And well, a lot, if you wanted to open up for a national touring act, you had to buy on. Yet, you had to pay to be on the show.
sure.
So sometimes it's like, here's 200 tickets you have to buy, sell them, and that's how you make your money back.
Right, sell them, and you get to keep the money, and that's your pay, or you give them half of it, whatever.
Yeah. Which I kind of agree with doing it that way. If you're going to get on a show like that, where, the main act wants, they don't bring anyone with them on the tour. So they just have, locals opening up every show. Well, for the promoter, like, hey, prove you can, you're worth it. So that's what they do.
Yep. Right on. Well, I got poop in the wait. Something to bring
All right.
on now.
I'll hand the reins over to him.
That's right. Well,
sure
you stick around. I'll bring you back on if you want to stick around later. All right.
I'll be around.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause for Poop. There he is right there, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going down?
We got Poop in the house.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, cool. What's going on?
Just another day. I figured I'd make a damn video because I guess you got to have content or something. And eventually I'll figure out a way to start paying for advertising or something. I don't know, or promoting my show, whatever. But I figure I probably need some more subscribers before I bother to do that at least. So
we just got to get to the deep, dark details and start spewing.
That's right. So what's new, Poop? You got any good stories for me?
Oh.
Can be about anything you want.
All right, let me think real quick. Good stories. God, you put me on the spot here.
No worries, no worries.
Here, just let's keep chatting. I'm thinking of something as we go. Have you heard of the cities of Chicago?
I don't think I have, no.
So Chicago?
Right.
Supposedly it was called Chicago, and then they burned it down. And then they claim they rebuilt it in like a year, right? And then they called it Chicago. Is that like the beginning of like there was an empire, like the Tarkanian Empire, I believe, or something like that.
Okay.
So basically, like all those old buildings, they claimed like Freemasons or someone or like that type of. They got the cities, right? They burned down a bunch of things, and then they tried to claim it was theirs. And it's just a little fascinating thing. I didn't know if maybe you ever heard about it.
Does that have anything to do with the Great Chicago Fire? Because I heard that was started by a cow.
It could have been.
There was like a cow or a horse.
I had my notes. I wish I was more prepared to talk about that, but it's an interesting thing. Look it up sometime. Just type in like Chilago and like Tarkanian Empire. It'd be fascinating.
I'm into history shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like the lost history type of stuff,
Well, I like the stuff like the old Mayans and shit. It's like there's not a single fucking skeleton. They just got up and fucking left, and there's not a single fucking bone left or remaining.
Oh, dude, they find all like the highly conductive materials and stuff that are like all like on the runways. Like you ever heard that theory about how like where they lived at in these little bunkers, they had like the highly conductive materials like that would like block off like super electronic shit, which they thought the ships would come down, land, and it'd like protect them from it.
Yeah, well, like the Anunnaki. That's the whole reason why the Anunnaki wanted gold, because they used gold like a gold dust or a gold, almost like a gold mist, and they use it for like and they had to come collect it because it was part of their like a force field for their whole planet and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then they said that basically those dudes just love fucking chicks, so they just bang chicks down here, which then created us.
Right, and actually, a lot of the half humans / Anunnaki were like over in Egypt and shit. Were fucking like 10 feet tall, and they got a bunch of these skeletons in the Smithsonian that the Vatican doesn't want you to know about because it's like how how shit really happened before the old Jesus days, you know.
You ever seen the it's like, I guess the easiest way to say it, they claim it's not in Antarctica, and it's like underground basic like worlds pretty much. Like they have greenery down there, they have all that type of stuff, and it's like basically a world existing underneath, like crazy fruits and stuff. Like there's people who've told tales like there's some entrances, supposedly like hidden entrances, and it's like in the Amazon and some other places and whatnot.
Well, yeah. There's even that footage on the that paranormal show where these guys are going down there on a dirt bike and they're going down this path, and there's this little fucking humanoid that's like fucking 3 feet tall, fucking running and skirting off. They like live underground and shit, and they have like a whole fucking world of people down there.
Yeah, and then there's the one in Antarctica. They were claiming that these people are like giant, like not like massive giants, but like super big compared to like normal humans. And it's like, I guess there's just like holes that you can go into, and I don't know. It goes with like that whole thing about like the Nazis and all that, to the German, all them going down there to Antarctica and doing these little things. They stumbled upon it, and it's wild.
Yeah, and like there were some U.S. soldiers found a cave down there at the bottom of the planet.
Yeah,
and they went inside. As soon as they started walking in this cave, the wall started to light up, showing all these freaky fucking hieroglyphics and shit, like alien markings and crap.
Yeah, it's like
and after a while, they got freaked out and had to bail.
Oh, bro, it's like the pyramids. It's like all that gold and then like the hot water underneath it and stuff. Like, I don't think it was like I don't think it was burial. I think it
was like a power source.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Is it was some sort of like power, this whole power supply, and they're all over too in the same exact. You know what I'm saying?
Well, same with the Ark of the Covenant. There's supposed to be some massive power.
Makes sense. You're freezing on me. I don't know if you can hear me. We're live from the living room. It's K7986. Currently, it's 92 degrees outside. A couple of birds chirping, dogs barking. I think I see a couple muchachos over doing a roof.
Well, folks, had a big old conundrum there. My apologies to Poop and the whole computer freezing up. Let's go ahead and bring on my buddy Andy, first time on the show. Good old Andy Morrow out there in fucking Jersey, right? Same with Davey G's from Jersey.
That's right, Jersey Mike subs and the like. Gotta love it.
That's right. That's your company, isn't it?
That's my company. I wish it was.
Oh,
okay. I'd be eating there every day.
Well, that would also mean that you're rich too.
I hear that.
I like your fake background. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like I'm in an office, but I'm not really.
Have you ever seen the Pat McAfee show?
No.
Well, it's like a 2-hour-long show, and a lot of times he brings on this guy. I forget his name. He played for the Packers for a long time. Well, this dude's got a fucking background of like a big a bunch of books in the background, but none of the books have any writing on them. Right. So it's clearly obvious that they're not real fucking books.
Nice.
They're all just like little dumb things that they put paper on to make it look like books. At least write something on it so it looks like books. If you're gonna have a fake wall with fake books, at least make it look like books. Talk about stupid.
Make something up. I love it.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've known good old Andy Ferraro since at least 1992. We went to school together at Colorado Institute of Art, and had lots of good times, and had a band that we named Hash. Nice little 2-man band called Hash. That was kind of fun to play in. Usually after smoking hash.
Love it.
Or no, only me. Andy didn't, because I don't want him to get him in trouble with his job or anything.
Love it, man. Love it.
So how's the weather in Jersey?
It's been nice, actually. We had such a hot streak, like the whole country, but it's been like 80s this week, so finally caught a break, which is nice.
And you're in the city of Summit, right?
That's right, northern New Jersey. 40 minutes. Okay. And right
I forget where Davey Chains is at, but I'll ask him when he comes on after you.
Okay, nice.
You got any funny stories from childhood or growing up? You know, remember how I used to always tell you to slow down? I was paranoid you're going to get pulled over because you were hauling ass in the highway and shit.
Yeah, well, you remember what was that? Probably like a 1989 Buick Skyhawk or something, stick shift, but the heater didn't work. So I was making minimum wage at the time. So I went to, Napa Auto Parts or something and got this little mini heater that was like this big, and I put it on the dashboard and you plug it into the, the cigarette lighter, but it barely worked. So all you got was this little hole in the windshield when it was icy that you had to see through. I remember me and what's your friend's name from Boston?
Eric Schiavo?
Schiavo, yeah. You and Schiavo were out in winter storm, and I dropped you off, and the storm had just started, and Schiavo's like, but how am I going to get home? So I ended up driving him half an hour down the street, and then I had to get home. It was like an hour and a half just looking through this little hole, but I made it home, so safe and sound. Here I am.
Nice.
Yeah.
How are the puppies doing? Oh, by the way, you also would have a 12-pack of Meisterbrow, right?
That's right. I never left home with
a 12-pack of Meisterbrow or Old Style, I think.
Yeah. And what was that?
Only the good stuff.
Talk about inflation. Back then, it was like a 12-pack was like $250 or something. Something ridiculous.
Right? Something stupid, right?
I found this like random 7-Eleven in the middle of Westminster or something that would sell it for pennies on the dollar. Anyway, gotta love that. Maggie's right here down below with me, hanging out with us.
Oh, pick her up.
Yeah, let me see. She's pushing 45 pounds, so we'll see if this works.
Yeah, don't get the hernia. There she is. Hey, Maggie.
There's the baby.
What a good girl.
You gotta pull her skin back so you can see those eyes. She's got all the
right.
Yeah.
She like a hound. She like a hound dog or what?
It's called it's called a basset hound. Yeah. Let's see if she'll sit.
Nice.
Yeah.
My last dog at one point got up to 62 pounds, and I think that's how I got my hernia. Was carrying her up a flight of stairs to give her a bath back when I lived in that townhouse.
Oh my God, 62 is huge. Wait a second. What was that dog's name? Which one was that?
That was Pixie. She was the Shiba Inu mix, half Shiba, half Chow. Lots of roly skin and lots of hair and fur everywhere.
Well, she was kind of small. So I never pictured she could get.
She was low to the ground, but she got fucking heavy, dude. She got up to like 62 pounds, and we finally got her down to about 36 before I finally had to put her down because her hips and shit just didn't work anymore because she was 15 years old. So
yeah, that's the one she died last year or something, right?
Yep, I held her in my arms as I gave her last shot, and then she fucking peed on my leg as she got all comfortable from the shot of morphine. Peed on my leg one last time.
That's hard, man. That last step is hard, but they always say like you're the steward.
Dude, I can't go to that vet anymore. They were kind of nickel and diming me anyway. They were not as bad as one in St. Peter. That one's called Kind Vet. The Kind stands for killing it nickel and diming.
I hear that, dude.
You know how you go in and it's like, I'm just supposed to get 2 shots and she's supposed to be good. Well, you should probably give her this too. Da-da-da-da-da.
And we need to do a blood test before we give it to her.
That'll be $375 now. It's like, God damn, dude.
Yeah.
It used to be like $150 to get them fixed. Now it's like $450.
Yeah.
I know they need money and shit, but god damn. That's the problem if you go to a place that's brand new and they still got brand new sod on their yard. You're gonna be paying a pretty penny for your bill.
Dude, but the video you posted or you sent me the other day of your dog howling was awesome, man. She would just echo.
That was weird. Yeah, because I got all excited watching this stupid soccer match between Chelsea and Ryan Reynolds' team, Wrexham.
Yeah.
It takes so long for them to score in that damn sport. They finally get a goal, and I'm like, woohoo! Yeehaw! Woohoo! And she started making noise and started howling, and so I made sure I got it on video,
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Her little absolutely fucking adorable.
Yeah.
And then now I can get her to do it again. All I got to do is play that little 23-second thing, like 3 times in a row, and she fucking starts to howl again.
The best sound that Maggie likes. You sent me this link to sounds of loons from Minnesota. Like the birds, the loons, or whatever. And it was all different. And I would hit play on each one, and she would do that head tilt thing, like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah, because the loons have like 7 or 8 calls they make.
Yeah, and they all mean something.
A couple of them are really freaking creepy late at night, and if you're out in the dark and you hear it, it's kind of spooky as hell. A couple of them are kind of weird.
You have those around your house then?
Oh, you're right on our lake, dude. And then this whole chain of lakes, the whitefish chain is like 14 lakes all connected. So you go from one lake to another. And there's a couple of bridges. In fact, you go over to a little inlet where these 2 lakes connect, and there's a bridge over it. And hence the name that our town is called Cross Lake, because you're crossing lakes to get over to different lakes. And there is an actual Cross Lake, but the main chain is called the Whitefish Chain. So, and then we've got a National Loon Center that's starting up this year, either this year or next year, where people can come up and they'll take you out on a pontoon boat, and they'll drive right up to like where there's fucking loons nursing and where they have nests and stuff, so you can actually see them right there, like 10 feet away.
Oh, that's cool! Wow, nice.
Yeah, totally cool.
That's killer. So who was on the show earlier? Somebody was on earlier, right?
I had Harmsy, and he froze up briefly, and then I had Poop on it, and he froze up briefly, which stinks. And I don't think it's mine. I made sure all my other uses of Wi-Fi in the house are not being used, and the same with, I told my dad, don't be using the Wi-Fi or your laptop or nothing. So I don't know, but
the show seems pretty stable in general, though. It's always good.
Okay, good. So good news for me. I wanted to go see the Black Crowes play it, and they're playing this yacht club festival, an outdoor festival at Harriet's Island. And back where we used to see shows for like dirt cheap or free for that matter back in the day. Black Crowes fucking canceled. It was a bunch of women around him. It was like Joan Jett, Alanis Morissette, Gwen Stefani, and the Black Crowes. Talk about a weird lineup. But I don't know if the Black Crowes just were like freaked out, or if they really did have somebody that was sick. But because of sickness, they couldn't play.
Oh,
so
no.
it means they'll probably reschedule at some point, but maybe just do their own gig, because I hate those big festivals. I didn't really want to pay $150 just for the one band that I really wanted to see,
Yeah. You got to make a day out of it. Like go all day, eat some corn dogs, watch some shows,
or get a Minnesota dog.
What's
that
Minnesota?
is?
No.
There's a Chicago dog and a New York dog, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's on a Chicago dog. One of them comes with like tomatoes, I think, and mustard or something. Well, Minnesota dog comes with a scoop of tater tot hot dish on it.
Oh my god, dude, that's badass. I love it.
No, I want to try it, dude. I'm sure it's good.
Well, I'm learning about all the New Jersey specific foods now that I moved here. So let's see, there's 3 of them I know about. One is called there's this ham product called Taylor ham. It's basically like Spam, like processed meat, whatever.
Okay.
And so you get Taylor ham, egg and cheese. That's a breakfast sandwich. Second one is disco fries. So it makes sense, right? Like New York City, late 70s, people coming back from discos would like hit up the New Jersey diners and grab some disco fries. And then the last one, so when I say the word sloppy Joe, what do you normally think of, right? You think of beef with like tomato sauce on a roll or something. Not in New Jersey. New Jersey is the only place where a sloppy Joe is cold cuts. And I think you can get different kinds like turkey or ham or whatever. But then you put coleslaw and Russian dressing on it. And that's a freaking sloppy Joe. I don't know where they came up with that shit, but there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll take a pastrami any day.
Yeah.
I feel my arthritis kicking in as I'm eating it, I'm getting gout in my thumb.
I hear that, man. Well, what are you going to do another, cooking episode? What's next up?
I think I just came up with my idea. I think I'm going to have to make a batch of Minnesota's tater tot hot dish and then get some dogs and have a Minnesota and show people how to make a Minnesota hot dog.
Oh, you should totally do
that. And put some tater tot hot dish right on the hot dog, because there you go. I would think you don't even need ketchup and mustard if you got the hot dish on it,
What does hot dish mean? Just hot sauce or something else?
The hot dish is Minnesota slang for fucking a casserole.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, gonna make a hot dish. Because the ceramic pot is hot. It's a hot dish. We call it hot dish, whereas it's actually a casserole.
That's awesome, dude. I love it.
No joke. That's Minnesota shit right there, dude.
That is. I hear that. You know what else you got to do a show on is I remember back in the 90s when I would come over to your apartment, you would make wings, and your deal was it's simple. You bake the wings and then you put it in a big bowl with like a pound of butter and a dash of Frank's hot sauce. You just roll it around a little bit. Yeah, can't beat that.
There you go.
Yeah,
the butter makes it good and it makes the sauce stick.
Yeah. That's great.
I did do a cooking episode of that where I made wings, and that was my Public Enemy #1 version. I did that on honoring Jackie Robinson Day as well.
Oh, I remember that now you mentioned it. Yep. Awesome.
So then I did my Public Enemy record review one on that one.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Hey,
go
ahead.
I was going to ask you, how do you choose an album to review in your episodes? Do you have a methodology?
It depends on what T-shirt I'm wearing that day.
All right. I like it.
My very first show I was wearing a Judas Priest shirt, so I said, I guess I'll review some Judas Priest CDs.
That's a good one to start with. I love it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hey, I got Davey Chains waiting. I'm going to bring him on now.
Do
if
it.
you want to stick around, to bring you back on later on if you'd like.
Okay, I got to run in a couple minutes, but all good.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on, brother. I
Yeah, man.
appreciate it.
Chat soon, man. Talk later.
Oh, wait, I almost forgot. Let me scroll this real quick so you can see it. Little thank you to all the following people for their generous gifts. And now we've got a good friend who sent me in some gifts recently, and his name is good old Andy right there.
Love it, dude. I love all the techniques, man. This is killer.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm learning it as we go.
It's working.
Well, take care, Andy. I'm going to bring on Davey Chains. Thanks for coming on. Anytime in the future as well, I'll give you a heads up.
Sounds good, man. Talk later.
Say hi to Mama for me.
Will do.
Right on, brother. Catch you later. Oh, wait, let's give him, since my stupid screen freezes, there we go. Let's give him a little send-off here. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. There he is. Mr. Davey Chains in the house.
How are you, my friend?
Pretty good. Do you know where Summit, New Jersey's at?
I think it's up north somewhere.
Yeah, I think he said he was in the northern part. Yeah.
It's probably near where my sister lives. Summit, New Jersey. Summit, where is it? It's in Union County. Okay. That's
well, it's probably close to New York City, isn't it?
Union County is Union County is the part. I'm looking at a map here because I've been down there 20 years and I could barely find my way around here. Union County, according to this map here, is the area. It's an area that borders, looks like Staten Island.
Okay.
And there's Summit and Elizabeth. Yeah, so it's a little bit. It's south. So when my parents moved down here and I was traveling from Long Island, I would have to travel through Union for about 2 miles in order to make it down to Ocean County.
Okay.
So my sister's up north. I found something earlier. I don't have any concert stories to tell you, but I got this interesting. I guess you could call it another Army story.
Hey, that works, dude, for sure.
And I was going through my father's stuff before, and I don't know if you could see this. Can you see this? Where are we?
Oh yeah, nice gold watch.
Where is it? Right here. You see this right here?
Yeah, with the red star. Yeah,
yes, this is cool. It's a Russian watch.
Wow.
And if you turn it over, I'm not sure if you could still see it, but there's an interesting story to this watch and how I got this watch. Back in '82, I had to do what's called a reforger, which was a giant field exercise in Germany. And the site that my unit was located in was in Schweinfurt, Germany. So for any of the World War II history buffs out there, Schweinfurt was the center of ball bearing production for Germany during World War II, and it was the most heavily bombed German city during World War II. But anyway, I was attached to the 3rd Signal Brigade, and as an MP, they were laying down some wire. The commo guys were laying down some wire, and we got lost. And to this day, I still don't know exactly how we got lost, but we wound up near the Czech East German border. And if you're familiar with how things work with these Eastern Bloc countries, when you come to their border, they would have these granite pillars in the ground. And on these granite pillars, they would have these brass pictures of all the people that were involved in the Russian Revolution or the creation of communism. And I think on this particular block, they had Leon Trotsky or Lenin. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, there was a 3-tiered fence, and behind one of the 3-tiered fence was this tower, and it was manned by several East German soldiers. And we were waving to them, and they were waving to us. And I said this, like, hey, you got something? Give it to me. So one of the guys crawls down from the tower, and he throws something. He winds up and he hurls something. He hurled this watch. He threw this watch to me. And it landed in this area just behind this concrete pillar. And the rumor was that you don't go behind these granite pillars because it's mine. Well, I didn't know what it was until it was getting closer, and I noticed that it was a watch. There we go.
I can hear
you.
you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I see you.
Okay.
Getting kind of.
So this soldier comes down and he throws something. I don't know what he's throwing. Anyway, it turns out that he threw this watch. Although this is not the original band. And the original band was leather. My father.
Well, I guess we're having technical difficulties.
My father put this band on. But yeah, this is a story about how I got this watch. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked.
It's pretty cool. I like that red star in there. I would think that'd be more Chinese or something with the red star, wouldn't it? Man, everybody's breaking up today for some reason. I think I've had every single person freeze up except for Andy Ferraro. Well, I'll come back to you, dude. Hang on, let me bring on Eve for a minute. Hey there, Ivan. How you doing?
How you doing, Lord Duncan?
How's it going? You got any good stories for me?
Well, I just logged on, and you're talking about, the Nazis and whatnot. And my aunt told me I'm not supposed to tell anybody this, but I'm a direct descendant from one of Hitler's generals.
Hey, dude, it's not your fault. No big deal.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't even worry about it. The only time I would worry is if you're bragging about it, running around, waving the fucking Nazi
No,
flag.
I don't brag about it at all. I just say,
There you go. See,
I tell people I'm not supposed to tell anybody this, but what was that a little? Is that a little shooter? Did you just do a little shooter fireball? Oh no!
It's the double. It's the
You know-
double shot.
Yeah, it is.
$2 a piece.
Not bad. Not bad.
Well, I'm actually got a lot of Norwegian family and Norwegian blood, and half of them were fucking half Nazis as well during World War II.
Oh yeah.
Well, they basically they lived their life while the Nazis were there occupying part of their land, but they didn't exactly fucking fight to kick them out either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So whatever. So what do you got going on? Do you think Vikings are going to have any more curses happen to them this year?
The what? I thought we weren't supposed to talk about the Vikings.
Well, we can if you want, unless you got I'd rather hear a funny story or a story about partying if you got one.
Oh my gosh, I've got so many crazy party stories.
Go ahead and tell me one.
Well, how about this? Let's talk about a little bit about the Vikings for just a second.
All right.
I saw Chris Carter's 1,000th catch.
Very nice.
And I also saw in San Antonio when I was 10 years old, we went to a wedding and then we went to a Spurs and Bulls game. And I saw Michael Jordan's 25,000th point. And it just so happens that Michael Jordan was in the Metrodome at the time that I saw Chris Carter's 1,000th catch. So that's kind of a weird coincidence.
Yeah, that is. That's pretty cool. I got to see Albert Pujols hit his 500th homer against the Twins at
Nice. Who was he playing? Was he still playing for the Cardinals?
Yep. I think it was his 500th, and then he went on to hit like at least 100 more.
Yeah.
Because I know he had over 600, but I think I saw him hit his like 500th in like the summer of the summer of 13, 14, maybe 17. Or anywhere from 15, 16, 17, anywhere in there somewhere.
Yeah. He went straight to AA, and then he went straight to the majors. They're like, this guy can hit.
Yep. Yeah.
Are you a Cardinals fan or what? You should be a Twinkies fan.
No, I love the fucking Twins, dude. In case you haven't noticed, two of our four hitters in the front. We had 2 back-to-back homers in the first inning today, and then in inning number 2, Larnach hit a home run, and then we had Brooks Lee with a hit and Vasquez with a hit. So we had 5 hits in the first 2 innings, 3 of which were home runs.
Wow.
Playing the Tigers, of course, but hey, I'll take it either way.
Yep. I hear you there. Did you play any sports in high school?
I was in the golf club. I played on the golf team briefly. When I went to,
well, that's not really a sport.
I was in cross country. I was in
cross country. That's tough.
It was fucking brutal, dude. Every fucking race, I was like, after the first 10 minutes, I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this? This is awful. I finished, I came in last a bunch of times, but I always finished every race. So technically, I was never last because there was always at least 3 or 4 kids that would quit halfway through.
Yeah,
it was brutal.
I could run the 400, once around the track, around the racetrack, there. I could run it in 1 minute and 3 seconds. That's all I could do. And there were kids that were running it in like, I didn't do track. I quit track in 8th grade and I joined the soccer team.
There you go.
Yeah.
I played football for a while, and then on my third year, I got knocked back in a scrimmage game against some neighboring town. And I kicked out of somebody's helmet and cracked my tailbone. And,
Oh yeah, I've done that on the wrestling mat.
dude, after that I was like, I'm fucking done. Fuck this, I'm done.
I know, right?
So
No,
I was to focus on band and play my trombone.
I've got a lot of head trauma from playing football. I used to just lead with my helmet. Cause that's the way it was back in the day. And the equipment wasn't as good.
Oh hell no.
You know.
It's like plastic.
You had guys like John Lynch telling me, you know, just smack them with your helmet. You know, just lead with.
And now
I've been concussed so many times.
So all those old guys, they're all fucking vegetables now, dude. Or they fucking went insane, like Aaron Hernandez from the Pats. He fucking became a murderer and shit because he was fucking mentally ill.
Yeah.
You know? He was mentally.
What'd you say, like Hernandez?
Yeah, Aaron Hernandez from the Pats. He was tight end before Gronk.
Yep.
They showed footage of him on the sideline, and he's fucking juggling a football, and he's saying shit to Belichick, calling Belichick daddy. Why can't I play, daddy? Come on, daddy, let me play, daddy. And fucking Belichick's just laughing, thinking it's a joke. Nah, dude, he was fucking mental already at that point.
Oh yeah, these guys. Well, they're so loaded up on drugs and alcohol and steroids
and shit. Yeah, that too.
You know, it just.
Well, then what's his name? Who was it? Bosa? Or what's the name? That player from the he was a really good defensive guy.
Nick Bosa or Joey Bosa?
Guy from the Chargers.
I think that might be.
Yeah, he ended up killing himself, dude.
He did? When?
A 2 or 3 years ago. That big famous
guy,
the one who had to quit because of all of his concussions. Yeah, he ended up fucking hanging himself, I think. Or I forget how he killed himself, but he offed himself, yeah. So.
Yeah, and then you got like Junior Seau.
That's it. That's who. Yeah, that's it. Junior, that was him.
Are you thinking of Junior Seau?
Yeah, that's him. Exactly.
Yeah, from like the 90s and early 2000s.
That's right. Exactly. For sure.
Can I get a Natty Daddy sponsor?
Sure, I'll see what I can do for you. I would love to get sponsored by. I'd love to get sponsored.
Yeah, I usually that's usually my go-to. I don't do Fireball. Did you know about Fireball?
Oh,
there's an ingredient in there that's found in
like antifreeze.
Yep. And they really like their Fireball in Europe, in England.
Their shit doesn't have it in it.
They make a different batch. No, Fireball's all right. I don't mind it. It's a little sweet, but it's got a little burn to it. I used to drink hard liquor.
I think it gave me an ulcer at one point.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
No, speaking of that, my brother, he's in the hospital right now with like colonitis or something. I don't know. He's got some sort of intestinal problem. Hope he does all right.
Yeah, no shit. So some kind of like colon, like some kind of like Crohn's something or colonoscopy shit. It's probably called colitis. I bet.
Colitis, yeah, colitis. That's what it is. Yeah.
Nice. Poop tried to come back on, but he must have bailed.
Yeah, where'd he go? He's the one who told me to link on up.
He was on. Then we started talking about Anunnaki and conspiracy theory shit.
Oh gosh, the Anunnakis. Is that planet? Is that the planet that's coming? Well, you know we got an asteroid coming toward us in 2029.
Oh yeah,
and I learned
something was supposed to hit our moon in 2016. So my dad started preparing the basement of the lake house here to be a fucking hideaway in case we had to hunker down and start fighting people for food and shit. He made a little kitchen and everything. So it's my little bachelor kitchen down here in the basement.
Nice.
Yeah, but it never hit us.
You got a mini fridge?
I got two of them stacked up on top of each other.
Nice.
The bottom one is just for beer.
Yeah, there you go.
And a half bottle of Texas Pete hot sauce.
Nice.
Hey, let me tell you a story before I wrap up the show here. So, in my early 90s, and I was like 20, I'll just say I was in my early 20s. How about that? Driving around town. It's kind of a small town in Olivia. And I'm driving, and at the time, those days I didn't really care for cats. I didn't realize that I actually do like cats now, but I've had cats. Well, this fucking cat runs across the street, and I fucking swerved my car to fucking purposely run over it. I don't know what I was thinking. Total fucking.
You were trying to run over it?
It was a total dick move. I was just a dumb kid, like 21, 22 maybe at the most. Well, a fucking cop sees me fucking do it. He fucking pulls me over. He fucking makes me go over and find out whose cat it was. This old fucking lady comes out fucking crying. She didn't see that I did it on purpose, but she saw that I'd ran it over. And she made me fucking the cop made me tell the lady exactly what I did and how I didn't know why I did it. I'm really fucking sorry. I fucking feel terrible. I never should have fucking done it. And the cop was thinking that, well, maybe I won't put him and take him to jail. Just he's apologizing at least. Nowadays, he'd be jail for sure. Anyways, I'm like, all I can think of is, well, I try to offer the lady. I'm like, hey, I had like $50, a $50 bill in my wallet. It's all I had. My life savings I just happened to have for like the next 2 weeks until payday. Let me give her this $50 bill. Well, she fucking takes the $50 bill, and it was just like, well, thank you, I need the money. And then the fucking cop arrests the fucking old lady.
He did what?
He fucking puts the cuffs on the old lady, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Why?
For selling her pussy. Thank you for watching Lord Duncan's Rockhead World. We'll see you in another 2 Fridays. Thank you, Eve, for coming on, and thank you to Harmsy,
yep,
ABG, Andy F, and good old Poop. You guys have a good night. We'll catch you later.
Hey, take care.
Right on.
Yep. King of beers.